Hey guys, today we're going to talk about this tiny anamorphic adapter for your iPhone by a company called Sandmarc. They sent it over for us to review. First of all, what exactly is an anamorphic lens and how does it affect your image? So back in the days, most films were shot in an aspect ratio of 4:3. But since the field of vision of the human eye is much wider than that, people tried to find ways to get a wider image while still using the 4:3 film. That's how anamorphic lenses were invented. Those lenses distorted the image in a certain way so that they had a wider image, but cameras were still able to use a 4:3 film roll. After that, they de-squeezed the image to its original size, which resulted in the wider image. And this method is still used in many films today. So when you shoot on an anamorphic lens, you will get a distorted image, which you then have to de-squeeze in camera or in post. This will give your image a few certain cinematic characteristics. The main difference is that those lenses provide a wider image, which is also called cinescope. This will give you a wider view and those typical cinematic black bars on top and on the bottom if you're watching the film on a 16:9 monitor. The second point is oval bokeh. Usually with spherical lenses, the blurry lights in the background of your image, which is also called bokeh, will have a round shape. With an anamorphic lens, however, those shapes become oval. The last point are lens flares. There are different types of anamorphic lenses and each create different types of lens flares. You can see those in many Hollywood films. So, in general, when using anamorphic lenses or adapters, you will get a wider image with a certain kind of bokeh and nice lens flares. Unfortunately, anamorphic lenses are significantly more expensive than spherical lenses. This is why there are anamorphic adapters like this one, which will give you a similar effect. So let's begin with the image quality of this specific adapter for your iPhone. It comes in two different types, 1.33 and 1.55. The difference between those two lies in the aspect ratio you will get in the end. So to use this filter, you have to screw the adapter onto a special phone case, which of course is also included in the package. There is also a universal clip that allows you to use the adapter on other phones as well. The phone case is marked with a short line, just like the adapter. Make sure that these two lines are on one level and you can start recording. The adapter itself feels very high quality and I think it has basically no plastic in it. We tested the filter in different scenarios and this is what we came up with. So I really like the flares this adapter produces. They might even be nicer than the flares of some anamorphic lenses, but of course that's just a question of preference. One thing I notice is that you sometimes need to be careful to not move the adapter around when you touch it. Then the flares will not have the correct angle and the image looks a little bit off. So who's the adapter for? Obviously, it's nice to achieve some of the visual characteristics of an anamorphic lens on such a small budget. I think the filter works for people who just want to play around a little bit with the effects of it, but also for content creators that shoot all of their videos on their phones anyway. That being said, together with a buddy of ours, we did try to mount the adapter on the smallest spherical lens we could get our hands on. And surprisingly, that actually worked. I could maybe see us using the adapter for some creative projects in the future as a kind of a gimmick. So all in all, I think this filter is great for content creators who are filming most of the stuff on their iPhone anyway. It's not always possible to carry a heavy camera with you, and in these kind of situations, the adapter will give you the opportunity to level up your iPhone footage and to achieve a more cinematic look. I really love the flares you get, and I was positively surprised of how good the footage looks with this tiny adapter. So, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and see you next time. Bye.